and welcome back to another episode of Lour After Hours. This is at Beep Count on Twitter, and tonight we are joined by video producer for Meadowlark Media, Luis Montejo. Give it up for him, guys.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Yes.
Hey, bro. Hey, man. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Super exciting. This is the first time I do anything like this, so if I'm horrible on it, we'll find out very fast.
Well, I'm sure that our fans are going to let you know immediately.
Yeah.
all 13 of them that are listening right now. So, yeah. So welcome in, man. It's really nice to meet you. We've had every member of the shipping container on, and now we get you.
Good. Yeah, I texted Cody. My wife was like, "Yo, you should ask if you could do that." I'm like, "Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm straight." And then she was like, "Yeah, but," and there was enough doubt for me to have to text Tony and Cody. I was like, "Yo, you guys have been on this thing, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude." And I was like, "Okay, good."
Okay, so what did they tell you to expect?
They didn't tell me anything. They're like, I got a yeah from Cody, and then here, let me, you know what? Let's actually read. Anthony had nice things to say.
BTS.
Ready? Yeah, where is he at? Right here. He's on my favorites. He's on my favorites because I'm always texting my boy. He goes, "Yeah, those are my people."
All right, perfect.
There you go. I thought it was more elaborate,
Wow.
but it's not.
Look at us.
Look at us. All right. So the first question tonight is going to come from Steak out in Albuquerque. Steak.
What's up, bro? Nice to see you again.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? So, this isn't my question, but it counts as part of it. Speaking of Tony, what does he smell like?
He smells good. He smells good. I don't know what he wears, but he does I've never if you've never been on my radar, I don't know how you smell, so I assume that you're fine. He's that and a little more. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, like it smells like he showered in the morning, and it smells like whatever his wife Jenny buys. So sorry.
He looks like he smells good. I was trying to get a whiff at Moss, but
Yeah, he does
didn't
smell
happen.
good. He's like I think me, him and Mike probably are the only ones that probably would wear cologne. Witty too.
What do we go with?
Like,
What do we wear?
I wear La Labo, the patchouli. That's like my ride or die. That's like, I actually need to buy a bottle. I'm kind of freaking out because I don't have. Oh, I hit spacebar. Yep, that's my bad. I don't know how much did you hear there. Did you mark that?
You
Doesn't matter?
you cut out just very briefly right when you're talking about your phone.
Okay.
You were running out, and then that was when you cut out.
Yeah, I hit my spacebar by accident. I didn't know that the spacebar would trigger a mute though. That's kind of cool. But yeah, dude, I'm on a Labo. Anthony smells good. Mike smells good. They all smell good for the record. But now I'm just trying to cover my ass because I don't know who smells like what. But
So, two things. How was your experience at Más o Menos? And then can you talk about how you got this gig with the Levitard show and Meadowlark?
let's do Masameno first, right? Masameno was cool. I kind of felt like, okay, so we had the guy who organizes it, Eric. I wasn't sure if I could say his name, but if I can or I cannot, whatever.
Shout out to Uncle Scotchy. That's my boy.
Salute to the boy, Uncle Scotch.
Friend of the show as well.
Yeah. I assumed. I erred on the correct side. But yeah, that was cool. Like we had footage of it, so it was just cool to sit back and like watch everyone like have that level of excitement for something. And I'm just like, yo, like pretend I'm not here. Like I'm not supposed to be here. I have like imposter syndrome the whole time. But yeah, the Más o Menos was cool. Was it Más o Menos? Is that what it?
I think so. Más o Menos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Más o Menos, yeah. The event was cool. The whole experience was cool. And then, parlaying that, I felt completely out of place, clearly. But like, now that I'm like working for, Meadowlark and on the show, it's kind of cool. But yeah, like I got that gig with Anthony kind of like, put me down. But at the same time, like there's a part of it that, I did a lot of like sweat equity with Anthony, a lot of stuff for free, like full format for most of the stuff that we did was for like mystery crate. And I was like, F it, dude, like this is as close as I'm ever gonna get to the show. You know what I'm saying? Like just do it. Like doesn't matter. Every time that Anthony calls you, you do whatever it is. Like we went to Tahoe. Like I paid my way to Tahoe. And I took a ticket that's like everything was like $600-700. But like I'd do that 2, 3, 4 times over again. Because once you're there and like Stu Gat's like, oh, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm like the video guy. He's like, all right, Lewis is the video guy now. Like in his head, like all those seeds were planted, and I was like, did I hit the space bar again? Oh, I thought I hit the space bar again. I was like, fuck.
That's a heady play though.
Yeah. Always make that play. Like if the window is there, you always make the play. You absolutely always make the play and like try to like. Now I sound super athletic and I'm not in sportsy, but yeah, dude, I was not like no chance. I'm actually kind of. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm slightly distracted because I'm looking at Lou's background and it looks like like something out of Stranger Things. Like
Yeah, Sarah Spain once called him a welder.
okay,
Yeah.
well, to put it simply, right? Jeez. But yeah, dude, like I went to Tahoe with them. That was super fun. Just, like Cody taught me how to like play craps. I got addicted to craps. I was up like $700. I came home with none of that. Worth it. Would do it again. Would gain all that and didn't lose it again if I could. That was cool. And then yeah, dude, it's like that's how I don't want to say parlayed it, but like that was the play from day one. The moment Anthony hit me up, and I know Anthony through his brother and through his younger brother Chris. But yeah, he hit me up. I was working at my brother-in-law's insurance firm, trying to make insurance somewhat digestible. It worked out. Because he was like, "Yo, dude, like, I can't pay you, but like, you'll do stuff for Mystery Crate, and it's for the show." And like, bro, if we do a lot of it, like, no one's doing this right now. Like, if we do it, like, we'll be super. And I was like, dude, you need like say less. Like, what? Like, let's go. Like, yeah, sure, I'll point a camera at something and hit record, and then cut it up and try to make it funny. No problem. But yeah, dude, that's that.
Great
That's
shot
kinda
of
like
Ray
Florida, man.
Romano hitting Chris. Sorry, Steak.
Yeah. No, go ahead. That was good. Getting Ray.
Hmm.
I was gonna say it was kind of like Roy. He just kind of like hung around the show until he got hired by the show, right?
I mean, you have to have a value, and like the truth is, like, once they left ESPN, it's like, yeah, we're out of radio. Like, you need to like evolve, and video is like that's the next evolution of the show as far as that. So obviously, when the opportunity opened, I was like, yep, I want it. Like, I'll do whatever. Like, this and that. Sure enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, radio's been dying for quite a long time now, and the evolution of podcast is kind of like how CDs were dying in the mid 2000s, all moving into MP3. So even podcasts are starting to die out now, as it's now going into that video podcast. So you being ahead of the game, that's
Well,
awesome.
yeah, and video's so easy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to like, okay, obviously, right? But like, to have decent video that can separate you from like most, it's fairly easy and inexpensive. You know what I mean? So it's like you buy a Logitech webcam for $120. That's like a 4K webcam.
Yeah.
You'll have great picture and good enough to like put that into like you throw a PNG on like you know what I'm saying? Like it's totally doable. So it's like why not just add the visual effect? Now what I did learn being around the show is with audio, like we'll have times in the show where we're directing and me and Anthony are running the show, and like Dan will like stumble through a line and then they'll stop and be like, let's pick up again. Yeah, and like, they'll do that for like 15 seconds. When you're on video, the jump, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a jump there that I have to scoop it out, but you'll see some sort of cut or a dissolve or something like that's like okay, there was a change there that was abrupt. With audio, like it's seamless. So like that's been an adjustment, But I don't know. How did I get there? You guys, if you don't stop me, I'm gonna keep talking.
No, man, just keep going all the way. All right, Steak, thanks a lot, man. Next up is gonna be Lou Raptor and Sales.
Yeah. Hey. Well, Steak kind of stole my question because my question was going to be who smells the best on the show. So
I think it's actually me, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is you? All right.
Yeah,
good.
I'm pretty like I'm intentional about me smelling good there.
But I'm
You-
gonna shift it now. What since we were talking about music, since on my guitar, what artists are you kind of new artists that you have found recently this year that you're digging?
Recently, um, dude, I'm one of these guys, bro, that I like the artists that I've always liked. I'm the worst when it comes to new music. Like I'm always listening to music, but when it comes to like the hottest, newest, I'm always super late on all that stuff. But I will say I have a Spotify playlist
Hmm.
that's like open to the public. I'll share it with y'all. But you'll find a lot of Led Zeppelin in there, like a lot of John Mayer, a lot of his blue stuff. Not really, more of his poppy stuff. But um, I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was 13. I'm 29, and like I consider myself a blues guitarist, so like that's kind of like where I stick to, and then obviously a ton of hip hop. Um, but yeah, recently, like my most recent, what have I added recent to that playlist? I mean, Dreamville Earth Gang just came out with that just came out. They came out. You see, I'm late on it already. Like it came out 3-4 months ago. But like that's like I grabbed the whole that whole album and I was like, I'm addicted to it. And I'll play out an album completely out. Play like each song like God knows how many times. But that and then I found like I have my old Dead Weather love was like revived. So I've been playing a ton of Dead Weather
Okay.
and Dreamville, Earth Gang to be more specific.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for joining us. That's all I got tonight.
All right, perfect, dude. There you go, efficient.
So, had you been a fan of the show prior to working there?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that just
Yeah,
something that you grew up on?
Not grew up. I mean, okay. So my first experience or exposure rather to Dan was when the Heat, the "Give it to me again, again, again," that whole rant. That was
Yeah.
the first I had. Like my wife's best friend's dad. We were watching the Heat games at his house in Brickell by the Bay, like right by the arena. So it was like that whole experience. And he was like he was listening to Levitard, and then I was like he just showed me that bit, and I was like, that was hilarious. What is it? He's like, oh, Dan Levitard, and I was like, oh, like who's that guy? And then you kind of like do that whole tangent. So 2013, what I'm just like 20, 19, 21 years old. So probably 2013. That's when that whole rant came out, and that ever since then, like so like the part that's been interesting is that ever since I first heard Dan, I was like, oh, this has everything I want because it's talking all the local, like he's talking about the Heat, talking about the Dolphins, talking about the Marlins. Like, that's why wouldn't I listen to that? And then once you understand the show, you're like, oh my god, this is like it has everything I need. Like it gives me the sports I need. It gives me how to look at it at a humanistic view and viewpoint. Um, and then it's just hilarious, and then it's like, yeah, let's just make fun of everything, and like let's just shit on everything, and that's the show. And the worse it is, the better it is, and it's like, yeah, that's completely like right up my alley. So they became the only show that I listened to aside from like I can't even tell you another podcast that I listen to outside of the show. But
Yeah, and you can see why Dan says the show is so sticky because I mean you're talking about that's what 2012 2013 that's 9-10 years ago now.
Yeah, oh my god, that is 10 years ago.
Yeah,
there you go.
There it is. All right, next up is going to be Jeanette. They're in Southern California. Jeanette.
Yes, I'm not the only one that messed up.
I'm not the only. Yeah, welcome. Wow, how much do I owe for that? Being unprepared and unprofessional.
You can cash at me like $3, and we're fine.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. So my exposure to you, besides the little bit that you've been getting to talk on the show over the last couple of weeks, was Mystery Crate last week when you kind of got into a bit of trouble with your wife. I'm not gonna rehash that. Hopefully, everything has been. You guys are.
She does not hold a grudge. My wife does not know how to hold a grudge against me, so it's like kind of like her kryptonite. So it works out. It works out. It's like,
well, you'd have to be able to kind of tame yourself a bit and not.
I did have to like work it though. You know what I mean? Like I had to like
Yeah.
show remorse and.
I
do
saw
the
the
whole thing.
video. I saw her with her,
Yeah.
hands over
She
her
was
eyes.
mortified.
Like, yes.
She was like,
So-
people are gonna think that I'm like that, and I was like, I don't know, that's showbiz. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I
That's
wasn't like,
showbiz.
like I'm living the dream. I'm gonna say those jokes.
I'm a character on the show, honey.
Ah.
So during that mystery crate, it was brought up that you have a Pokemon card that you carry within your phone case. Yes.
I'll Pikachu.
Right.
Sorry, that's horrible for the audio.
No, go
audience,
back and
but
listen. People, go back and listen to that mystery crate, and you guys will get the whole gist of
I
it.
showed my phone and it had the Pokemon card.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, I've got video going for this. We're good to go.
Okay, good, perfect. I was like, for context for the audio listeners.
So my questions are somewhat Pokemon related, and then I have
Mhm.
another one that isn't. So I want to ask, what is your favorite Pokemon? What is your
Gengar.
favorite Gengar? So you like ghost Pokemon?
No, but I like Gengar. Gengar's my favorite. Like, I don't have my keyboard on me. Do I have my keyboard? No, it's at the office. So I have the Gengar keycap on one of my keyboards that I built. Gengar's my favorite Pokemon. My favorite dragon Pokemon type. This is so nerdy, Jesus. Probably like a dragon, like a Dragonite. It's probably. But anyways, moving on.
No. This is perfect. The more detail you give us, the better. That's how we get to know you and love you or nerd out with you.
Yeah.
And then I know that in the mystery crate, you said that you started a collection of Pokemon cards. So what do you consider your most valuable card in your collection right now?
My Shining Gyarados is. I got it. I got it graded PSA 8.5, which is, it's like $900 on eBay, but that's my Shining Gyarados is an 8.5. I have a Shining Celebi at an 8.5, which, anything above like a 7 is, you can generate money on it. But I don't think I'm ever gonna sell that card. That's like, it's a Shining Gyarados. You know what I mean? And it's like an 8.5. It's super exciting.
Yeah, who knew that a bunch of Magikarp would turn into Gyarados? That's super wild, right?
Yeah.
And to kind of close out the Pokemon segment of this conversation, I wanted to know, did you cry when Mewtwo turned Ash into stone and Mewtwo Strikes Back?
I think that there's several moments like it's weird when you're a kid, like shows and movies shape kind of like how you view certain things and what makes you sensitive to certain things. And that moment in the Pokemon, because that's the first Pokemon movie, right?
Yes.
That's like the classic.
Yes.
It kind of, and obviously I'm over elaborating here, but it was one of these moments that it was like, I don't know if I don't want to watch movies anymore. And you can ask my wife. I really don't watch a lot of movies because I get too emotionally involved, in the sense that, like, if it's sad, I'm just like, yo, I'm messed up for like 3 days. I'm looking at my wife, but Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yeah.
That movie, I was sobbing. I was sobbing for like 2 days. It was horrible. And I was like, yo, I'm just not gonna watch this because it's like real to me. Like, I know it's not real, but like that happened. That story happened to someone. And I get the Pokemon one has never happened to anybody. 'Cause
Right.
it's not real, But when you're a kid, that's like the PG intro to like, hey, dude, people die. Things happen. Like, you know what I mean? Mind you, he comes back, but because of the tears, come
Yes,
on.
That's the part that gets me every time, is when all the Pokemon start crying.
Yeah, bro.
And Mewtwo gains a sense of a feeling and understanding and humanity.
He was like, you know what? My bad, dude. You guys are really
Yeah.
sad. I'm not down. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
Sure.
the way that you talk, that's why I haven't been able to see Coco more than twice, because I know it's. I gotta
dude.
clear out my week because it's gonna take me that much to recover.
My first daughter, Leona, she was like, we had Coco on repeat, bro. And like the first 20 times that I saw that, like she would fall asleep on me, and that's happening. And I'm just like, she's just singing to her daughter, and I'm like, Like, and then you remember, like, my dad left when I was 5, not to make it emotional, but it's like, how would you leave? And then, like, that whole thing happens, and I'm just like, oh, I can't do this. So it was an emotional roller coaster for me, like, when, like, for like 6 months, like, you know, that was effing watching Coco every damn day with my daughter. You know what I mean? It was torture, but it was beautiful, and it forged me and my daughter, and it was awesome. So
No more tears left to cry.
yeah, that shit doesn't get me anymore. I'm like, forget about it. Like,
Exactly. See,
yeah, I get it. You're old. Like, she dies. Everyone dies. Relax.
spoiler alert.
Come on.
So, my final question, since I've been kind of a hog with this, is what was it like filming Greg getting his back shaved by Bimmel, and did any of that hair fall on you?
Most likely the hair fell. I mean, but that's, you know, hey, that's showbiz. That's like, the way you have to look at it is like, someone's paying me. They're like, yo, I expect you to make a funny video out of this, and I'm like, yes, sir. Like, I'm all in, no problem. You know, so it does make it exciting. But yeah, like the fact that Bimmel did it, that was, and like I really mess with Bimmel because like Bimmel's always down to like get in the trenches and like, yo, let's do the dirty thing. Like, I want to do it. Like, let me do the grossest possible thing. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like for sure. So I have that picture. Excuse me, the Woodford and Coke is making me burp. My wife just laughed at me.
Do you say
today
Brad after you burp?
No, I don't. Who the like, dude? That's the other thing about being on the show, that I'm like, you hear these quirks, and then it's like, oh, haha, it's the show, and then like the show, and then like we stop recording, and then Greg's like, yeah, like I do that, and then you're like, oh wait, that's like, you're a person that does that. Like, why do you say Brad? Like, why do you say Brad? And it's like, I don't know, I've just always done that. And I was like, you know, like, yeah, I get it. Like, people have these quirks, you know, these little Tourette's that people pop out every now and then, that, you know, especially now on your devices, that your brain is like, you develop like a level of ADHD that you're like always like, you know, and things trigger you, and you're like a meme will pop up in your head, and you're like, you know, it pops up, and it's, anyways, now I'm getting into some weird shit, but like.
So how are you messing with Bimmel?
No, what my wife told me not to curse, and I do agree, because my mom's probably gonna watch this.
Aww.
But like,
Hi,
I
Mom.
fuck with Bimmel. Like, I fuck with Bimmel. Like, Bimmel and me are boys. Like, Bimmel's always like, yo, like, don't, like, he always has support, and he's always like, yo, I'm down to do it. I want to be the Reaper. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to get in. I want to drop from the bucket. I want to do a punishment. So that type of attitude, that can-do attitude, I hate being that guy. But that type of like, yeah, it's like, let's get the bit. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think that's the main thing. Like, I have to always go for the bit. It's just the name of the game, and the best bit wins. So yeah, that's why I mess with Bimmel. I was trying not to curse when I said that, but it's like, yeah, I mess with Bimmel.
It's all good. Wow, we learned so much. I think we're gonna have to cut that part about the Reaper assuming an identity just, you know, for the sake of the Reaper. But
Got it.
Louis, you were so wonderful. Thank you so much.
Got it.
And
got it.
I'll send you the $3.
No, don't send me anything, please. I won't tell you my Cash App name. You'll never give me money. Perfect.
So I actually have a follow up on the Pokemon. I never grew up with Pokemon. I never grew up watching it, playing it, anything like that. But I did have a question. Which one do you think would taste the best to eat?
Ooh.
Great clarification.
A Taurus from the original 150. That has to be kind of fire, dude. Like a bison-y, like cow. A milk tank from the second set, like to cow.
Fair enough.
A Magikarp has to be kind of fire too, though. I don't know.
Like I said, I never grew up with it, so I don't even know what you. Basically, you're talking a completely different language to me.
Yeah. Like the people who know, like, come on, everyone who hears and understands, you kind of agree with what I just said.
IYKYK.
Do you think Toki-Pri tastes like, you know, like an omelet, like some like real good eggs, or what?
Yeah, because she is just kind of like an egg, right?
Yeah.
The Gengar pillar. Come on.
Crack her open on a sidewalk on a nice hot day.
It's a backpack.
The backpack, even better, dude. What? Gengar, dude. I wish I had my keyboard. I don't have it. I have like this other one that I built, but this is like my home daddy.
Ooh, it's a
built
party waiting to
keyboard.
happen
Yeah,
right there with the
I'm
lights.
sorry. Oh yeah. I built keyboards like a dork, like a big old dork. And I play. We're gonna get off this call, and I'm gonna go play League of Legends. It's gonna be awesome.
Man, you and my brother both. He's got a whole
Yeah.
setup in the next room over.
Oh, I have a whole spaceship out over here. That's why I'm editing all this stuff. We have some pretty cool stuff coming out soon. Right now, not right now. Probably in 2 days. Next 2
Hell
days.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, next up
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to be Pow there in Southern California. Pow, take it away.
Bro. Okay, nobody's
up,
joining in
bro?
with me. What's up, bro? There we go. Thanks, Capo. Kapow. Okay, so what's up, man? First of all,
What's up, dude?
I got to join in there with my fellow brown people, and I played Coco for my students on Halloween, and man, I got caught. Are you crying? No, shut up. Watch the movie.
Yeah, I cry every time.
Yeah.
I still cry.
Yeah, it totally got to me. Anyway, shout out brown people. Salute to them.
Salute to brown people. Let's go.
All right, so the question that I had for you, and you already kind of brought up a Spotify playlist, and I was kind of like, oh man, is my question already spoiled here? But what's the playlist when you're getting mashed? You know, what do you got? What do you got bumping in the ears when you're just
Dude, I'm talking to her.
taken to town?
Talking to Genesis. I'm talking to her, bro. Just talking to her. And we're kind of like, she's like, yeah, you have a knot right here. She's like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I'm talking. I'm like, what do you think it is? And then, I like, it's weird because she gets to, this is going to sound weird. My wife is there as a witness, but she's going to understand what I'm saying. She understands my body in a certain way because she's worked on me before. She's like, okay, let me see your shoulder. She's like, I'm just doing your left shoulder today. I'm like, perfect. So she remembers, and she's working it. She's like, yeah, there it is. You have that knot right there. She's like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, bro, I don't know. Yeah, and you're doing that whole process. And yeah, like, I don't know, like that's kind of like I don't really listen to anything. I need to talk to her, and she's like, we need to communicate. And sometimes it's just quiet. I'm just thinking about stuff.
Just sometimes it's just you're in mid conversation and then just a deep breath because she just hits the spot, right? Ooh.
Well, some of that, dude, and I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. She kind of really doesn't hit the spot. She kind of crushes you, and I almost passed out twice and threw up twice.
Hell yeah.
The last time she mashed me. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Super down. But she it messed me up, dude. And it pushes you to like the brink of like, how much pain can I take here?
Man, I'm gonna get mashed tomorrow.
It's kind of weird.
Right around the corner up here, I got the perfect girl who just steps all over my back.
Oh my
my gosh, yeah.
Oh god.
I'll try the talking thing, but normally I'm pretty quiet. One time I fell asleep. It was that good.
No.
Oh my
Something's
gosh.
not right there. If you're falling asleep, bro, that's the thing, bro. If you're falling asleep, something's not right because like Genesis like stretches you out.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh fuck. Sometimes I'm like, Genesis, please. And she's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like that happened a couple times left, but I'm down and it's necessary.
Yeah.
The body,
Yeah. When I was 16, I was I was an obese teen, so I had back surgery, and I was trying all sorts of things. And my dad took me to El Salvador, and this guy like just dipped his arms in like a bat of oil, right? Had me get down into my chonies,
Okay.
and for all forearms. He starts at the top of the head, works out every knot in your head, your forehead. The armpits were the worst, but this dude just forearmed me everywhere, up and down, all over my body. And it was just an insane
Hell yeah.
process. I remember crying at one point. I was literally crying. Like, this hurts so good. But El Salvador, shout out, salute to them.
Hey,
Donda.
salute to El Salvador, man.
Yeah.
Salute.
Salute.
Central
But,
Americans, bro. They have,
Dude, he just like right in there.
they have techniques, bro. They have like ancient techniques that I'm Cuban, right? My wife is Mexican. My stepdad's Mexican. I grew up with him. He's he's more Chicano. He's more like born in LA,
yeah.
raised in LA, and then came to Miami when he was like in his 20s.
Viva la raza.
Yeah, dude. So like, I'm really proud of it, bro. I'm real proud of being Cuban. I'm real proud about my wife being Mexican, you know, and my daughters being Mexican, and like we have to go to Monterrey and like we eat tacos and everything is spicy. I love
Let's
it.
go, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. And actually, it's funny. I actually don't like Cuban food. Nah.
Mexican
actually
food,
really good.
best food there is.
Yeah, Mexican. Like once you like, that's the thing, dude. When you have good Mexican food, you like forget about it. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't want like Cubans eat a lot of pork. They cook. It's the way they prepare food that I'm not down with. I just don't like the flavoring. Like I don't like mojo. Like I like mojo, but I don't know, bro. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but it's just
Salute Mexican food. You know, we always I'm known as the food guy here. I think I'm safe in
Oh.
saying that. You know, so breakfast. What are we feeling for breakfast? You know, what are we going? Are we? You know, honestly, I tried to at 2:00 today, 2:30 today. I tried to get a chorizo and egg burrito. I was like, I'm feeling it right now.
Chorizo and egg. There you go,
Yeah, just
brother.
just
That's it.
one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
I
Rivals
thought if I said
PB&J.
chorizo and egg, it would be like too like we would be so in sync that it would be too cliche. So I was like, let
Bro.
me not say the chorizo,
Bro.
obviously, and egg, brother, con la tortilla. Come on, like, dude. And I like it like dorado, like real crispy and browned.
Oh, same.
Fire, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, my wife's grandma comes Monday through Thursday to help us with the baby while my wife works at home and I'm at the studio. Dude, and she's just like she's a quick tortilla. Like she lets it get warm, but it's still soggy. And I'm like, dude, I need that dorado, bro. Like I need a little grip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a little grip.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
My grandmother, she doesn't speak any English. I don't speak any Spanish, but we communicate through food easily. Yeah, that's our language. That's our language right there. Yeah. You know?
And
So,
if you're not putting the tortilla right directly on the stove, then you're doing it completely wrong.
No.
Oh, that's crazy. You're a crazy person.
I have a
gotta
nice
put it
little
right on the stop.
No.
How are you flipping it? How are you flip? This is important.
With your
How are you
hands.
flipping your tortilla?
Just take your hands with your fingers, boom, you flip it.
Boom, just grabbing it. Dude. Just
But
grabbing it.
you're keeping a good eye on it though, right? Because you could
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah,
could quickly ruin the
Imagine
whole experience. You just have to trash one right away.
Yeah,
I'm a
one
tortilla
ruined
ruiner.
tortilla is gonna be a ruined day.
Oh yeah, man. But you know what? I just want to say for all of you that don't have just straight Mexican food on Thanksgiving, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you have that experience.
What did
Turkey's
you
the
have for
most.
Thanksgiving?
Oh my god.
Yeah, wait. Say it. Say your bit. Say it.
Is what I was
Turkey's
about to say. Right now. Turkey's so overrated. Get out of
Yep.
here. We don't need it.
Amen.
We don't need it. Ham is the only thing I'll take. Stuffing, get out of here. Mashed potatoes, okay, maybe, sure, whatever. You know, you could get potatoes in other ways, other forms. But man, we had some enchiladas, tamales, rice and beans. You know, the simplicity of Mexican.
Yeah, dude.
And the way they
salsa muy
just-
picante. Like I need,
Yeah,
I need
and
a
then-
really angry salsa.
Shout
Now,
out
see-
Eliz. I was the only one that contributed a non-Mexican dish because Eliz has just a terrific barbecue chicken meatball, and I made sliders with that. So you know, brought a little
I
bit.
have
of,
I have a hot meatball take that a lot of my friends don't like, but I don't know if you guys want it.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Is it about albondiga soup?
Well, no, sopa la bodniga, like her grandma makes it all the time. Oh, that's all she makes. But every meatball tastes like every meatball. That's my take. And I'm like every meatball.
Okay, nope, nope.
Come on, meatballs.
You have
I
not
don't know.
had
I've had-
Mrs. Beep's meatballs. I'm telling you, those things
Meatballs.
are the greatest thing in the entire universe. It's meatballs, and it's just, I'm telling you,
I went to
Beep, I would love to have your balls.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. There's a restaurant called Carbone. Apparently, that's super fancy, and it's like, oh, this is like the best meatball in North America. It was like $54 for this effing meatball. Guess what I did? I bit into it, and my wife was like, "How do you like it?" And I was like, "Hey, it tastes like a meatball. It tastes like a meatball." And I'm
And you went to
pissed because it's I'm pissed off. It's $54 for a meatball.
Ridiculous. And you went to the nearest Mexican food place, right? Right after, immediately, just to cleanse your palate, get some real food in there.
Yeah, it's real food. No, I didn't. I was ashamed of myself.
Mexicans are so good at making food that the bacon wrapped hot dog is a staple here in all of Los Angeles through all the clubs. You walk at, we're not calling it that other name, Staples Center. You walk out of Staples Center and
Yeah, well, hey, how do you?
some
What's up
whiffs
with
of
that?
greatness.
Like, what's up with that, LA?
I don't know, man. I was
What's
just
LA
there.
doing?
I was just there, and I was like, this is weird. Like, it's Staples.
What's it
Get outta
called
here.
right now?
We don't know. We don't know.com.
There you go.
You know, I think that's what it's called.
Money Arena. That's what it's called. Making Deals Arena.
Salute Staples Center. You know,
You know what the
You know what the C in crypto stands for, right? Kobe.
Oh my god.
Wow. In the tight windows, Cap is just the best. In the smallest, the most minuscule window, he's just gonna fit in there. So I've got a question for you here, Luis. When are you gonna get a mic in the studio?
Dude, that's not. It's not what I'm there for. You know, I'm just I like to contribute, but that's not. You know, I'm that's I don't know. Like I have a job that I have to do, and I'm really trying to crush it in one area.
You
If I
should
got
hype
a bit
Tony.
here,
Hype Tony up when he gets
yeah,
his
yeah,
mic
yeah. Oh,
in the
guys,
background. We want to hear some
that-
Lou in the background. You know, be his hype man.
That's the that's the thing, and I'm not gonna focus on that, but it's like, uh, you know, I mean, guys, come on, like at any moment that like Dan goes to like La Quina, I'm like, oh, like you know, there's a little bit of pride in that. And I just do the bit. You do the bit and get out and do your job. That's it. And you know what? If you get the mic, you get the mic, and if you're on, you're on. And if Dan wants you to do a bit, and if he wants it to evolve, you know, you let the I let you know kind of fate decide those types of things for him, and I just do what I'm there for. You know, I feel like if I execute what I'm there for, everything else will you know line up itself. But with that being said, yeah, dude, I'm gonna like I wasn't on this last mystery crate. I could have been, but I was just like, you know what? Let me take a break because I was kind of wild the first one.
Gotta
I
leave
just felt
crushed it.
bad. My wife wasn't mad, dude. I just felt bad because she felt bad. She was like, "Oh, I feel bad that like that you feel that way," you know. And I'm just like, "Oh, like now it's like I was trying to be funny in front of my friends, you know. Like I was just trying to be cool, you know. You feel bad, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, baby." But I do joke about I joke a lot about marriage because it's crazy. Like two people making babies and little carbon copies of me, like running around the house. You know, it's
Yeah.
wild to me. What the hell am I doing? 29 years old, but I love it. I would not have it any other way.
Same note too, bro. So you were asking a little bit ago about what Lou Raptor and Sales is doing. We actually have a gift for you here, and Lou's gonna take it away.
All right. So
Okay.
what I was doing in the background is I was making you a personal hat that we'll send to you. So
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so sick, dude. What?
so
That
yeah.
is so sick. It's funny because Mike's like, "Yo, so you have a logo?" And I'm like, "Listen, it's like intentional. Like it's not like a brand. I have no ego with it. It's just it. I was at a phase in my life where I was like, hey, like I can provide value to someone. I need something that's gonna like help people like just remember when you see yellow, when you see this, like just think of me. How do I stick? And it just stuck. And then I made stick. I actually, it's funny. My shout out to my boy Johnny who helped us with some of the Flanagan stuff when we took Smetty to Flanagan's. He helped us with some lights and some cameras. So shout out to my boy. He actually made. I worked with him at my old gig. He made me these stickers, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna label everything, cause like we would share like SD cards, and you would. I mean, like, do I have one here? Like, I can show you guys here, right here. Look. Like I have SD cards, and we would swap them. And he's like, "Yo, I mean, like I found your SD. Like he called me to do a bit. Like I'm just gonna pop it in." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever," and that way we wouldn't lose stuff, and it just kind of stuck. And then I was like, you know, like I don't want to like put a picture of my face. Like I don't really care about that stuff. Like I felt like this would just stick in people's minds better. So that's awesome. I'm super excited about that. That's super fun. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, I was looking around. I was like, I was looking for a hat, and I was lucky. I used this for another brewery, and I had an extra one. I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's gonna be that's the
Perfect.
perfect color I needed.
Perfect, dude. That's so sick. That's awesome. Thank you.
Well, Louis, we just want to thank you one more time for joining us tonight here on Lour After Hours. Can I get a thank you in the chat for Louis on 3? 1, 2, 3. Thank you,
Gracias,
Louis.
Thank you,
Louis.
Thank you,
Louis.
Louis.
Thank
Gracias,
you, bro.
Louis,
Thank
bro.
you,
Thank
Louis.
you,
Thank you,
Louis.
brother.
Thank you, Louis.
Thank
Yo,
you,
I will
Luis.
say this. I will say this. Like, all right, so the whole Luis, the whole mix up, right? So here's what I'm trying to tell everybody. I'm like, listen, you guys can call me Lou. I like Louis because you know I'm from here. Dan has a point of calling me Luis, and what happens sometimes, I'm just gonna be honest, right? Like you get like a Louise, and it sounds like you're calling me like Thelma and Louise. So I'm like, yo, like, set me up so that we can win together. Let's avoid the loot. Like, you could say, you don't have to say, like, don't try to say it in Spanish. Like, you're straight. I was born here. I know that I'm Cuban. I'm from Miami. I know that I say things in Spanish, but, not that I'm not proud of that at all, but it's just like, yo, Lewis works. I just like the English, pronunciation, and I think that this is the best place to start sending that propaganda. Now, if you want to make it a bit, don't care. But like, I just felt like the need to like, yo, let me just tell people, how do I tell Dan? Because sometimes Dan will give me like a Luis and like say it in Spanish, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes like a Louise would come out, and I'm like, Dan, what's happening here? You're changing it on me, and it's kind of freaking me out. You know what I mean? I'm not down. Sorry, go.
Just let the cult know, and we'll have your back. We'll start spreading the word. We'll start letting people. We'll get down their throats. That's what the cult does.
Lou and Lewis, and like Lou is kind of like, that's like if you guys want to go above and beyond. Like my friends call me Lou. Like it's that's that. But there's a lot of Lou's and Louis. I get it, guys. I get it. But like just putting it out there for other Lewises in the world, like. That I don't know. Maybe not all Lewises feel that way about it, so I'm not gonna speak for all Lewises because who the hell am I? Who the hell is Lewis?
Who the hell is Tony?
That's my boy. You know what, dude? Salute to Tony, man. Salute to Tony. He put his name on. He put his name on the line by putting my name next to his. Never have working with him. I've never had worked with him before. He was just like, yo, I've seen your stuff. It's kind of funny. Like it's insurance. It shouldn't be funny. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying my best. You can see a lot of that stuff, and I'll share like some links with you. But there it is. Thank you guys for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Well, Lou, again, thank you for taking the time with us tonight, man. We really appreciate it.
For sure, dude. Thank you guys.
Convo really took a Lewis.
Turn to Lou. There you go. A Louis? Oh, Louis. Okay, so I'm a commissioner for a very prestigious fantasy league. I would say the Private Select League. I'm Louis Gabagool. You know what I mean? Like that's my gambling name. Like on the streets, it's Louis Gabagool. Like you might hear Tony throwing a Louis. Like every time. As a matter of fact, pay attention to this detail. A little Easter egg. Every time they've done hang a Louis, Tony turns to me and goes Gabagool. There it is. A little treat that he gives me every day. It gives me a little bit of joy.
Love it.